Hey ArcheryTalk, this is Lucas, and today I've got my long-term review of the PSE EVO NXT 33 Hunting Bow. I've had this bow in for the past couple of months to prepare for ArcheryTalk's 2020 Hunting Bow Shootout, and it's been a treat to shoot so far. I've set the bow up with a Trophy Ridge React H5 sight and a QED HDX arrow rest. As for specs, the NXT 33 has a 33-inch axle-to-axle length, a generous 7-inch brace height, and an IBO rated speed of 322 feet per second. Draw length is adjustable via a rotating mod from 26.5 all the way up to 32 inches. That's awesome for those long draw archers out there. And before we go any further, if you could please like, share, and subscribe, it will help the channel an awful lot. The NXT 33 carries an MSRP of about $1,100. Now that's on the high side for aluminum flagship level hunting bows, but it does come with some interesting and helpful features. New on the NXT this year is a longer riser, and it's a little bit more slimmed down. There was kind of a cage up on the top of the Evoke series last year. That's been eliminated, and basically the result is a center of gravity that's been lowered a little bit. Also new is a rubber grip system, and what I actually prefer shooting right off the riser, and the good thing is you just pop this thing off, and you get to shoot off the riser, which is kind of like a narrow, flatter grip format, more like a target bow, and that's something I've always appreciated. But if you're in the cold, you're shooting in the northern climates like I do for hunting season, this rubber grip will actually take away some of that sting, because it's soft and it's gonna be not nearly as cold feeling in your hand, and you have the option to choose either one you like. If you pop off that rubber grip, you are gonna lose a little bit in draw length, but that's you can figure that out any way you like. Another feature that's new for PSE on the Hunting Bow series this year is a new lower stabilizer mount. So you've got the typical mount system up here, but if you want to try down there, give it a shot and see whichever one works best for you. That's the one you go for. When it comes to fit and finish, the EVO NXT 33 is probably my favorite looking PSE I've shot to date. I'm a big fan of this kind of tan color. It really does look great, and though I've not had this bow as long as some of the other hunting bows I'm testing this year, I've not noticed any issues with string stretch or scratching or anything creeping up into this bow. It seems to be built solid, and I have no trouble with how everything is holding up so far. When it comes to shooting the EVO NXT, I'm going to start with draw cycle on here, and I did a video on this a few weeks back looking at all the hunting bow draw cycles, and I found that this one was my favorite of the bunch. And the main reason why is because it just feels so light. I draw this bow back, it's set up at 70 pounds, I've measured it. It doesn't feel anything close to that. This feels like a 63, 65 pound bow. I don't know how it feels kind of so easy to shoot like that, but it is much appreciated. And I think that's something I would especially like in your hunting blind on a cold fall morning. You're sitting still for 2-3 hours on end waiting for something to pop open and a deer comes out. If you're struggling to pull back your hunting bow, it's obviously not a great feeling. With this bow feeling a little bit lighter, I think that's a real bonus in PSE's favor. Once you get to full draw, there are also some interesting options on this bow. You can choose yourself between 80, 85, and 90% let off. There's a clip here. There's 3-position draw stop. It's a cable stop, and you can kind of choose whichever one you like best. I am personally using the 80% let off just because I like how it feels at full draw to have a little bit more resistance. But if you think you might be in the position where you have to be at full draw for an extended period of time, throw it in the 90% let off mode. And I've shot these bows like that before, and it's so strange and light feeling. It honestly feels like if you let go of the release, the string will stay out. There's almost no weight at all in your hand, so you can hold a bow like that at full draw for an extended period of time. After the shot, the bow is fairly quiet. No real complaints as far as vibration goes. I would say it's maybe not the best. Like the Matthews bows have really figured out how to keep things quiet, but this bow is not far behind at all. It's I don't know, really liking how it feels in the hand after the shot. No real bouncy vibration at all. Accuracy wise, I did some testing with all the bows at kind of multiple distance doing group checks, and the EVO NXT kind of finished right below the top kind of bow or two. That was when I had the rubber grip on. When I pop it off, I do feel a bit, that much more accurate. I don't honestly think the deer are going to notice if you're using this for a hunting situation, but I just prefer the repeatability of that flatter grip and that smaller grip in my hand than the wider rubber one. But again, I will appreciate this come hunting season if I'm out in the cold. Just whatever one you want to go with, at least you have the option. Tuning the EVO NXT was no trouble at all. I've never really had any problems getting the PSE bow tuned. And I kind of got rid of most of my left to right tear issues with some rest movements, but you can also kind of make some small adjustments on this roller cable glide by kind of, kind of swinging it a little bit in or out as you see fit to help kind of get rid of maybe if you got a little left or right tear. And if that's not enough to do it, you are going to have to go with the spacer mount, the spacer route to kind of move the cams that way because there's no yokes on this bow. But I would imagine between rest and the cable guard, you're probably not going to have to go down that road. When it comes to speed, the EVO NXT 33 definitely punches above its weight class. And what I mean by that is I set this bow up with 70 pounds of draw weight and 30 inches exactly of draw length and shot a 350 grain gold tip platinum pierce arrow, an average of 323 feet per second. That's actually 1 foot a second faster than its advertised speed. You have no idea how rare that is for me. I don't know that I've ever actually had a bow shoot above its rated IBO speed before. And the 323 feet per second is right in line with bows that had rated speeds 20 feet a second faster than this bow. So really impressed with how PSE kind of nailed its advertised speed, which is exceedingly rare in this industry. The bottom line is if you were looking for an ultra smooth and easy drawing hunting bow, what's long enough to use this as a 3D rig in the off season, go visit your local PSE dealer and take one out for a test drive.